What is going on, everybody? Washington here, back with another figure to review. For this review, we're going to be reviewing Controller, the figure that was part of the collective build Controller, and this guy is obviously Controller. And yeah, these are behind it are all the figures I had to collect just so we can build this guy and Controller. Yeah, he's a super villain, obviously. I mean, he does have a lot of resemblance to what's his name, Thanos, and a little bit of Dark Side, except especially with the colors and everything. I mean, Controller, his real name was Basil Sandhurst, and his first appearance was obviously in Iron Man issue number 12 around April 1969, and he's most likely to an Iron Man villain. And yeah, the fact that how he controls, he's called controller, obviously, because his controller disc that he has underneath his hands here, they're molded in there, so they're not an accessory or anything. Obviously, he can control and also drain out the energy out of people's minds, would make them feel all like zombie like, kind of, you know how it's just basically his that's who he is, his weapon stuff. And but yeah, looking at it, he's actually a really large figure. I mean, comparing size with all of them, the only one that can actually reach his height is probably Thor, since he happens to be the tallest out of all of them, of all these figures. And yeah, he's a little bit taller than U.S. Agent. Actually, much taller. He's the tallest one, and obviously, Controller is actually a little bit more. He's more taller and obviously a lot bulkier too. And yeah, you can see that he has a lot of aspect of resemblance to Thanos, especially the face too, and obviously of Darkseid. It reminds me a lot of Darkseid from the Justice League, the animated series, especially with the metallic blue right there that he's got going on his helmet too as well. And I mean, basically, there's like three blues here: that metallic blue, that purple lish blue, and then this little light blue that goes around his suit here too, bubbly arms, the thighs too, and the backside as well. This kind of like really soft, not soft, but a little bit softer plastic on the edges here too, and then like, I mean, it's really, it's a really nice, looking figure and stuff. Sad that this piece right here, are just molded in there. You can't separate them. And obviously, for the accessories, were just another two closed fist hands that you just, they were included in one of the packages of these figures that are behind him and stuff. They're two closed fists and two gripping hands. Obviously, these are like really big hands that are ready to like rip flesh or crush bones. So strong this guy is. And one thing that I forgot is to measure this guy, see how tall he really is. Which, start up right now. Oh shit! And he measures exactly 8 inches. 8 inches. That turns out to be. Let me see. Yeah, actually 8 inches. 8 inches. That turns out to be 20 centimeters. So yeah, he is a lot bigger than all these guys here. A lot bigger than Thor. And Thor was like somewhere around 7 inches, and he's at 8 inches. So 20 centimeters. So yeah, he's a pretty large figure. And for articulation, obviously, his head is on the ball peg. Do that full 360 around with no problem at all. He's got that, great elevation on the arms. He's got that full rotation too. Obviously, this piece right here is a softer plastic here, so that way there's no limitation on any of the articulation by this little shoulder pad thing, whatever it's called. You can clearly see that, swivel on that bicep that he's got. No butterfly joints, unfortunately, but he's a big guy, so he can't be too flexible with his body. And he's got a single hinge on the elbow. And obviously, you can swivel as well. No swivel on the forearm, but yeah, swivel on the wrist. Hinge on the left hand. He's got that very notorious ab crunch. Hear that snap? Yeah. He's got that swivel on the thigh. Obviously, he's got this little uh, belt here that's obviously it's a separate piece that's just placed in there. He's got that split about this much. Kicking range, very limited. Backwards too. He's got that, swivel cut right there on the thigh. And he's got that, obviously, he's got that double hinge. He's got a double hinge on the knee. It's just that it's a little stiff. But yeah, there you go. He's got that double hinge with no pin joints. That's great. No pin joints, and he's got double hinges on the knees. That's excellent. He's also got any swivel right there by the boots. He's got that ankle pivot. He's got the stamped on the feet, and he's got the two pec holes. You want to put him on a stand. So yeah. First size comparison with other figures. He's a lot bigger than other 6.5 inch Marvel Legend figures. So he's a lot bigger than 6.5 inch DBZ Dragon Ball figures from Dragon Stars. I knew I should have got my Broly figures so I can compare him size, but unfortunately I don't have it by hand. But that's gonna be another time. Switching up to Diamond Select, obviously the Diamond Select 8 inch and a half and 9 inch Colossus Beast and Colossus. They're obviously a little bit more taller than Controller. Obviously, they're figures from Diamond Select, and obviously they have a much taller scale. Here you have them with another 9 inch scale figures from McFarlane. Obviously, they're a lot more larger than him. Switching up to NECA, obviously he's a little bit more taller than the 7 inch figures. Amanda and Ellen Ripley. Obviously not as tall as the 9 inch anymore from NECA. And of course, with one 9 inch AVP Predator and one 8 inch Predator, both figures from NECA. So yeah, this was a review of Controller. I mean, what do you guys think of this figure? What do you guys think of the wave? Is it worth it? I mean, let me know in the comments below. I mean, would you add them to your villain collection? If you don't have a Thanos, maybe a Dark Side, maybe he can be a good substitute for them. To me, my guess. I mean, he does have a good appearance for Thanos, especially with that face right there. Especially in those black lines on the eyes right there, and then the face too, and the plus the body, the armor and stuff, the metallic blue has a lot of resemblance to Dark Side. Let me know in the comments below what do you guys think. If you guys enjoy this figure, do you have it? Um, and if you have any comment or any questions, just let me know down below. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure to subscribe. That really helped. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time.